Okay, so the day is the 27th of March. Nice day. Not too hot, not too cold. A little bit of wind. Can't complain. Nice day for a bit of planting. Okay, so let's go have a look at what we've got in the polytunnel. Rickety old polytunnel. I don't know if I've shown the YouTube yet, but the zip broke as soon as we put it up, so I had to fashion together some sort of door from spare bits and pieces. Working quite well actually, because I've always found those zippy doors to be a pain in the neck. Anyway, this is what we've got in here. It's been a little bit too wet, if anything, so we're getting a little bit of mold growing on the soil, so it'd be nice to get them out now. And most of it's ready. Maybe a few more days for a few of these trays, especially the ones on the lower shelf. They're getting not so much light. Once I get these big boys down into the field, into their position, then we can move them up to the top to get a bit more light. So, what are we putting in today? We got radish, Rudy, really nice radish. Nice healthy plants, planted in little clusters, so we're going to interplant that between our main blocks of veg. This is black Tuscan kale, Tokyo cross, Japanese style turnip, really nice. Got a lettuce mix there and another lettuce mix on the end there. And then we got our peas. So these are going to be the first ones going in, because they're the tallest plants there in our first veg block. So we don't want them casting shade. These guys will be first. We've got, I can't pronounce it, Carouby de Maussane. My best French accent. That's probably not how you say it. I don't know. Anyway, we've grown those before. Really nice pea. And sugar bon, sugar snap style pea. We haven't grown sugar bon variety before. Maybe just grow straightforward sugar snaps. It'd be nice to try something a bit different, but if Charles Dowden says it, we do it. Anyway, let's get down to the plot then. So, Carouby de Maussane. Hopefully my pronunciation's getting a bit better. Full disclosure, I think this is the 4th time I've tried to make this video. I am so bad at this. It is not even funny. The first one, my head wasn't in it. The second one, I forgot to have my mic on. It was on my jumper halfway up the hill, so couldn't hear anything. Yeah. So anyway, Carouby de Maussane, really nice pea. Heritage French variety with beautiful purple blossoms. I think it's grown as an ornamental in its own right. So yeah, it's a really nice pea. Nice eating too. It lasts a long time on the vine, the pods. They stay nice and tender for a long time on the vine. They don't get sinewy and tough like some. So that's really handy too. You don't have to be so exact with your harvesting window. So here we are. We're growing it in double rows. We grow 2 sets of double rows, about 18 inches between the two. So we've got 1 row, and then we've got about 6 inches between that and the next in the double row, 18 inches between the double row and the other double row. And between the plants, about 3 to 4 inches. I think you can go closer than that. I sort of eyeball it, to be honest. I'm not all that fussy. Some of these are probably closer to 7 or 8 inches apart, which is a bit too far, but you know, not the end of the world. So just mark it roughly with my dibber. I know that that's about 6 inches. It's just an old spade handle, which I need to sharpen up. It's a bit blunt at the minute, but it works. Just want to make a nice hole for the plant. They're strong plants. They've done really well in the polytunnel. They've grown really, really well. So I have high hopes for them. Let's just do 6. As I say, I've already done this video twice. So I'm a dab hand by now. Planted Carouby de Maussane. Yeah, so make a nice little dibbed hole for them. Plenty of room, strong plant, strong growth. They get big, so they need staking. But they're pretty hardy variety, do well with the rain and the wind. Pretty disease resistant too. If you've got a cold spell coming, they can do with a bit of cover to keep the heat in, especially when they're small. And if you planted them out smaller than this or earlier than this, it's 27th of March today in Wales, and a bit of cover is great. So just want to ease them out of the trays. Don't pull on the root too much. As you can see there, it's a really nice root system. They're good plants. I usually just use the tag to do this. Obviously we keep tags in all of our trays to remember what we're doing, yeah? Lollipop works well. But do I ever remember to have the lollipop in my pocket? No. So it's usually tags. That works fine, just lever it out. That's a nice one. Our soil here is not the best, it's not the deepest. If anyone's watched Charles Dowdin's videos, which I hope you have, because if you're watching mine, honestly, turn it off now and go watch his, they're much better. He's the best. His soil at home here, because he's built up using the no-dig approach over years, is gorgeous. You stick the dibber in, and you know, it's just this beautiful playable compost for what looks like about 10 inches. We've got about 1.5 inches here on top of the existing soil we have here, which is pretty poor really, because I had to dig this bank out. This was a really steep bank covered in bracken and bramble, so we had to dig it flat because we haven't got any flat land here, which is common in a lot of Welsh valleys. So everything's on a hill, so it's poor soil. So I'm interested to see how everything will do this year. It's an experiment, the market garden. We couldn't afford any more compost than what we've got. We can't get it delivered in bulk because of where we're at. So everything's got to be lugged down here in bags. But yeah, excited to see how it goes. So when you've got them in, just a little bit of pressure. Compress the compost around the plant. And then we'll give them a nice water once we're done. Once they're all in, rather. I've got more peas to put in. We've got the second variety, which is Sugar Bon, which is a sugar snap style pea. There we are. Let's press it down, settle them in. Yeah, they look really good. As I say, hopefully, I'm excited to see what the soil will look like in a couple of years. We got a lot more compost we're making. We're making a little bit currently, but nowhere near enough to keep up with, you know, adding a couple of inches to this garden, as well as all the fruit trees and everything else we need the compost for, and the plants. So we have started growing mushrooms, oyster mushrooms in buckets, which has been a really fruitful experiment so far. They're doing great. I'm getting great crops off them and a ton of compost. So yeah, that's a big part of what we're doing here. Excited to see how we can build the soil over a couple of years. Anyway, so that's Carouby de Maussane. Not to rattle on too long about nonsense. Yeah, easy peasy, lovely pea. We will come back to see them staked when the time is right. And I will water these once they're all in place. And probably do another little video then of how it all looks. Cool. So I was saying earlier about the Carouby de Maussane plants. They're quite big, quite strong. These sugar bonds are a little smaller, but good root development, healthy looking plants, sturdy enough. And this is just an example of that you don't have to wait until this big, for example. You can put them in smaller, you can put them in smaller than this even, really. Especially if you've got the ability to give them a little bit of cover. Put a little bit of fleece over there, keep the heat in. And I'm going to be putting the sugar bonds in just like that. Keep an eye on the weather. If the temperature drops, then we'll use some fleece, but I don't expect it. It's 27th of March now, I think it'll be okay. Fingers crossed. Yeah, just a good example that you can put smaller plants in too and they'll catch up. So there you go, that's what we got left. Sugar bond and Carouby de Maussane. I was a bit more, you can see with this one, I just sort of worked my way through the tree because they were all pretty uniform sizes, really strong plants. Wasn't really worried about trying to pick up the biggest ones with the sugar bond because they were a bit smaller, as I mentioned earlier in the video. I tried to pick out, most of the healthier, more robust ones. Leave the smaller ones in the tray. We'll keep growing these on now in the tray and maybe pot a few up actually. As they get a bit bigger, we'll likely lose one or two plants. Something's always going to happen. Maybe a mouse will come along and have some lunch, whatever it might be. So we keep these in reserve so we can infill afterwards then. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Anything spare then we'll give away to friends or sell. So that's where we are. I'll go grab the watering can and we'll give it a water and that'll be that. Oops, bit of mud. Yeah, so exciting times. Bees are in the ground. It's the first veg of the season into the market garden, which you see behind me. All the empty beds that we got to fill over the next week or two. Really exciting. It's been a lovely day to do it as well. Not too hot, not too cold. Lots of birds singing. There's our peas all watered in. We'll make sure to update with more videos when we get the stakes in the ground and yeah, as they progress along from little baby peas into big peas into dinner. Right, well thanks for watching. See you again.